It is 2:30 and I am just getting out of the shower, 2:30 p.m. Come with me as a 43-year-old perimenopausal woman doing my skincare and talking a little bit about life in Mexico / seasonal affective disorder. So I live in Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico, and we typically have sunshine 360 days out of the year. Okay, maybe a little less, but a lot of sunshine. And Wisconsin, where I'm from, just had snow yesterday, and I am so grateful that I am not there because my seasonal affective disorder gets really terrible in cold weather, when it snows, all of the things. So having, is it vitamin D that comes from the sun, naturally every day is helpful. However, my seasonal affective disorder is not always tied to weather. I mean, that is part of it. It is also just tied to the fall, the cold months. There's been a lot of stuff that has happened in my life that really affects me, and your body holds on to every experience you have. And so fall becomes the trigger to some of my depressive symptoms. Right now, it's mainly a lack of motivation and wanting to do anything. I'm a morning person. I like to get things done in the morning, and I probably would have had my dishes done this morning if I didn't have low motivation. And so a couple of things that I do when I am feeling this way. I do one thing every day intentionally. For me, typically, it's making the bed. And that's also when I can tell my motivation is tanking or my mood is just not where it should be, is because I stop making the bed. And once I realize it, I go back to making the bed, because making the bed just makes me feel like I have my life together because I did this one thing intentionally every day. And it's something small and it's something that seems silly but to me, it's a really big deal. If you've seen my content, I have a hard time caring for myself. I always have. It's probably related to childhood experiences and depression. So I lived in a mess when I was a kid. My room was always trashed. And to me now, that's a sign of chaos and a sign that something isn't right. And so when I notice my bed's not being made, that's the first thing I go back to do one thing intentionally that makes me feel just a little bit better. And then typically after that, I get a little bit more motivation to want to do certain things. Today was really slow. I had dishes to do. I have a very small kitchen. That's my whole kitchen in my house where I live in Mexico. We rent, we do not own. And when there's dishes for like breakfast, lunch, or dinner and they pile up, it becomes a lot. And when I'm not motivated, I just put it off and don't want to do it instead of doing it every night or every morning. And so it took me a long time, but I finally got the dishes done, and that felt really good. I was like, you know what? Go take a shower. You're going to feel better after you shower, and you're going to feel even better after you do your skincare. So I hope you all find the thing that you can do intentionally that makes you feel better if you are feeling down. As always, you can help a small creator like me out by going to my TikTok shop showcase, and all of the products I love that I buy out of pocket are there. All of these products make me feel better about myself after I do it, and I hope you all have a good one.